Today's video is going to focus on thoracic rotation range of motion. So it's going to look at thoracic mobility. Thoracic is inferior to the cervical spine and superior to the lumbar spine. So when we're talking about thoracic range of motion or just the thoracic spine, we're focusing on the middle of the back, which is responsible for a lot of movement and rotation overall when you look at the back. So it's very important for softball and baseball, hitting and pitching. There's several different ways to test thoracic range of motion and thoracic rotation specifically. You can do it in half kneeling, you can do it on your hands and knees, you can do it sitting, and there's many different ways to do it. What matters is that you just are consistent and you test it the same way for everyone so that you can compare. So TPI looks at it in a sitting position, and I also agree. I think sitting is a nice easy way to do it, and that's why I posted this video today, because it's very easy to try at home and it's very simple to do on your own, so you can get a pretty good idea. So your feet go together, your knees go together, and you can take a golf club, baseball bat, a dowel, anything that'll go behind your back. And what we're going to do is we're going to look at motion. You don't need a goniometer. You can actually do it at home without, and you can get a pretty good idea. So one way to do that and to compensate for not having someone to check your range of motion is to try it in this position in this video coming up right now. So if you look, I think if you sit with the edge of the bed or a chair, as long as you sit with that point coming straight forward, it's going to give you a pretty good estimate of 45 degrees. So 45 degrees is a good standard to be able to rotate in your thoracic spine. So one thing with this video to avoid is my feet are spread apart and my knees are spread apart. You really want to keep them together the whole time while you're rotating. So this would be the rotated position, and what you're going to do is you're going to compare that angle of the bar to the side of this box or the bed or the chair, and it's a very good estimate of 45 degrees, which is what you want to have. You want to have around 45 degrees or at least more than that. So being able to rotate past that edge or past that angle is very important. And you can see here, so once again, keep your feet and your knees together, but this is also a very good test that you can get an idea at home how well you can rotate your thoracic spine. And what happens is locking your legs together, it eliminates some other compensations and other joint motions that would give you a false positive. It would allow you to rotate further. So that's one reason why you want the feet together, like you can see in this photo with Greg Rose from TPI here. So definitely try that at home. It's very important and it's very applicable to hitting and pitching. So how does that specifically apply? Well, there is some research out there that people who can't rotate in their thoracic spine, they might be more likely to be injured. However, some of the results aren't as drastic as we would like. So this study looked at elbow injury and thoracic spine, but it does make sense if you think about it, that if you can't rotate in your thoracic spine in the middle of your back, well, you're going to compensate or change your throwing motion or your hitting motion based on what you can do, and it may lead to more stress at other joints. So these are some normal ranges of motion for different tests. I'm putting them up there just in case you use other tests. But for today, definitely just try the sitting position one, feet and knees together, and try to rotate as far as you can. And whether you have the bar behind your back or in front of your shoulders, it's not incredibly important for the sake of just performing this test at home. You'll get a good idea of how well you can rotate. All right, so let me know what you guys think.